Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Any Second Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Cribb. Today we got a special guest in the building. He appeared on 8 seasons of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Some of you may know him as Duffel Bag Shawty, and the rest of us, Apollo Nida. What's up, dude? How you doing? Good, yeah? Good to see you. Yes,
nice to see you.
So how you feeling?
I feel good, man.
That's good.
You're looking smooth, man.
You look smooth too. I didn't expect all of that.
I didn't expect all that.
That's a lot of pressure. I'm glad I held up.
No, for real, man. You look great, man.
Yeah, you look
nice
good. I appreciate that. So how do you feel being home? Like, what's it been like getting acclimated, you know, being back with civilization and everything? You've been away for a minute.
Yeah, man, it's a twofold, you know, because a lot of people don't realize that, you know, when you're in those circumstances, right? I did 5.5 years in federal penitentiary, yeah. And so people don't know that, right? In order to get acclimated, right, you have to, it's like a fair shake, right? When you're in there, I might be disconnected, you know, I might be, you know.
Just saying why you're away. You gotta change your whole mindset, your mentality.
Yeah.
That's a different prep.
Yeah,
that's a different lifestyle.
because I mean, you gotta be a dog at the end of the day, right? So when you come home, there's things, right? Let's just say like from emotional, right? Emotional disconnection. So, you know, I mean, I'm working on it because I've been home for 5 years.
So it's a process.
Yeah, it's a
long
process. It's a process. It's a process. So
that's good.
I feel good though.
That's good.
I feel good.
Plenty of support. Everybody backing you.
Yeah, a lot of support. The thing is, like, you gotta, you still gotta be relentless. You gotta hit the ground running, and I think, you know, that's what I did.
You look like you're doing well so far. So far, so
I
good.
feel pretty good. You know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of holdbacks that I don't get. You know, because like when you think about it, a lot of people don't realize this, but I did 5.5 years there. I do 5 years on probation, right? So being
so you're still not even getting to rip around through the city and see people.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They told me I couldn't have.
So it's like jail 2.0, basically.
Yeah, you couldn't have a bank account. I couldn't have credit. I couldn't have a car. I couldn't have nothing in my name. And then you want to take 40-something% of my income.
Whatever you do make, right? Ruthless.
Couldn't leave the Metro Atlanta. I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah. Right. He said, what I do? I'm innocent. Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
But so, no, I feel good, man.
That's good. That's good. So tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was your childhood like?
Oh, man.
So the perception is, you know, you're a clean-cut gentleman. You look well-spoken. But where do you come from? What's your background? What's your home life like? Was mother, father? Where did you even grow up?
So I'm born and raised in Atlanta. Techwood is some projects like where Georgia Tech is, Atlantic Station or whatnot. Some people might know. But yeah, born and raised there. My family, they migrated here from Germany, you know, in the Anglo-European side of my family. So I'm German and Nigerian.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, born and raised here, culturally diverse, if you will, you know, but it was a lot of struggle, to say the least, you know.
You guys have money? No money?
No money. Not like that, you know. I mean, my family is, you know, we can get into that later, you know, that bit. But it was definitely a struggle, to say the least, yeah. It was a struggle. But then it's like, you know, things pivot.
As a child?
As a child, yeah. Things pivot, started making a little money. You know, my family had cosmetology colleges.
So there was like development. So it started off rough, but then things started picking up a little bit.
Things started picking up, and then it makes another turn. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it makes another turn. You know, my mom, she, you know, got on substance and so forth. And so, you know, I had to, you know, witness some things that, you know, most people shouldn't.
So same home, you're watching your mother use drugs?
Oh, yeah. Well, you see it. You know, you know.
Oh, you just know. You just seeing her demeanor.
Yeah, you know, things happen. You see the demeanor, you know. But you got to still persevere, right? So who raised me was her aunt. So it's my great aunt.
Gotcha.
So the fortunate thing about that, right? A lot of people say, man, you know, it might have been traumatic. You might have trauma. You might have X, Y, Z, right? Well, the thing about it is, trauma is supposed to be diluted. It's almost like you taking one of those crystal, the block of sugar, the Dixie, and you put it in like hot water. It's supposed to dissolve, right? So for me, I had 2 women in the house, and there was a father figure in the house, and
Where was your real father? You said father figure, so.
Well, I didn't meet my real father until I was about 18, 19 years old. Yeah.
So he wasn't even in the house at all?
No. But so there was a father figure in the house, my uncle.
Okay.
My Uncle John, he was in the house. And he was an engineer. So there was a lot of structure, and at the same time, we used to have these conversations about, you know, blood is thicker than water. You know, don't fault your mom. You know, at the end of the day, she means well, and you know that helped. It was therapeutic. Like, you know, we talked about this a couple times a week and so forth. So, you know.
So he would encourage you, like, don't feel bad about your mom. Like, she's going through some things, and however, keep your head up. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. That's
it was
a good
good.
role model.
I mean, it felt good because I mean, I don't have any. There's no malice in my heart. I don't look at nothing. You know, I love her the same. You know, she came back around and she's doing great. You know.
Right. And you think those conversations helped you stay
Oh,
level-headed and
definitely.
understand?
Most
better?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's good.
Without that, it might be some trauma.
You might feel a little resentment towards her.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
most definitely, but no, not at all.
Okay, I get that. So it's a traumatic, but it levels out for you a little bit. So with that type of childhood, mom's on drugs, father's not around, still had a positive father figure, which is good. You still ended up getting in trouble at a young age. So, like, what transpired for you to even take that route in the beginning to get in trouble in the first place?
Funny. So I'm a leader, right? I don't follow nobody. You know, there's no peer pressure or anything like that. But, you know.
I like that. That's accountability. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did what I did, right? But, and they say, okay, don't say but, right? But no.
But they really told me to do it.
Yeah, right. They did. Anyway, so, hey man, I think product of your environment. You know, I started out this barbershop. I saw a lot of things, and one day I was like, hey man, I think that might be the move.
When you say you're seeing a lot of things, what is it that you're seeing?
Well, you know, I don't want to incriminate other people, even though statute of limitation is over
cool,
with, but at the same time, I seen things that were enticing.
Gotcha.
So, like, I got in trouble. I had a RICO act, right? Organized crime. It was about imports and exports, like automobiles, right? So whatever. Stolen cars, if you will. And, you know, I seen things, and then, you know, one day I was just like, man.
I might want to get into that. It looked like something's working out over there.
Yeah, you know, and, you know, it was what it was, you know. But to say the least, I didn't do what they said I did.
In your act in general?
Yeah, so the 6 years that I did, I was actually innocent. I was.
Okay.
I was innocent.
Okay.
Some people fled, left the country. You know, I went to trial. I took it to trial. They brought like characterization witnesses in, things of that nature. It was more so like it was a railroad, but the education, I guess God had to put me through that just to.
When you said education, you mean just like in life in general, or?
Yeah, man. Like it really like. I thought I was grown, so I went in around like 22 years old.
You're saying the experience, the prison experience?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was about 22 years old, and it was like, imagine one day, right? Your whole cruise, everybody's gone, go to federal prison and all this stuff, and then you're still out here, you know, trying to figure it out and so forth. And you meet this dude that you know, his whole team took your people down. But you're still like, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe you could deal with him, whatnot. Yo, this one day, I'm in the shower.
This is in prison?
No, I'm out.
Oh, you're out for you.
You saying that I'm telling you how it happened.
Gotcha.
So this is like in God, you know, he's like, he'll talk to you. So I'm in the shot, so I meet the dude, and that's one of the dudes who testified against me. He took the stand, so to characterize me. So I'm in the shower, and my other phone's ringing, and I had the moonlight or whatever, you could see up.
Oh, through the house?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the phone rings, and it's sitting over there on the vanity. So I'm like, don't answer that. He's the police.
You see the man's name pop up on the phone screen?
Yeah, but this is what's going through my head. Like, don't answer that. Nah, you're tripping. He ain't the police. No, he's the police. Don't answer.
So you're having this conversation back and forth. Like, you better not answer.
Answer the phone.
You answered it.
I answered it. He was like, yeah, man, I got I got this for you. Come over. I go over there.
On the drive, are you like, yo, man, I probably shouldn't do this?
I felt good, but you know where I parked the car? Not even at his house. I parked another complex down the street, and I was walking.
Was this a just in case?
Man, God kept telling me, why are you going over here? He even made me park, and I still walk like an idiot. But anyways, so I walk in, open up the door. The dude is in shackles. He's like, freeze, get on the ground.
Cuffed up?
Dude.
You walk in the house and he's
No,
already
he had him
cuffed?
on his feet. He was, as soon as
Hey,
the
buddy,
door,
come on
the
in.
door opened, and I just said, oh, I'm like, oh.
You already knew. So you trying to make a scram for it? You trying to get up out of there? Like
Yeah.
four flat?
They came out of nowhere, man. I never saw daylight again. Only thing I know, they was
So they threw a bag over your head, rope you on the ground. Like, what happened? Like, when you walk in, they like freeze. They pull up.
yeah, they was like, so the dude was like, he was like, who are you? Who are you? Let me see your ID. Let me see your ID. I pulled the ID out. He was like, this ain't him. This ain't him.
Wrong guy. We got the wrong guy. Okay, yeah, you got to let me go fast, please.
Man, here comes the FBI agent. He was like, man, don't let this man trick you. He was like, here, you can take this back.
He gave it to you.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you keep that. You come with us.
Never seen daylight again, man. 6 years later.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just like that. And you heard the voice though.
Yeah.
You heard the voice that told you not to go.
So when I wound up going to trial, so forth. You know, we had people testify, da da da. But the weird thing, there's a backstory to it too. We could talk about that later, which is my dad and my brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother story. But it gets wild though, man.
So that was your first time ever experienced real trouble.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
Like 22, I think.
22.
Yeah,
So you was fresh
20.
out. So while you were ripping and running through the streets and you're starting to get momentum, getting into a situation where you can get in trouble, are the people in your house saying anything? Like, do they notice? Are they like, hey, yo, like?
No, I left home when I was about 17. Yeah.
So they didn't really understand what you were into.
Yeah, so I was playing sports and so forth. Then I fast-tracked. I went to something called open campus. So it's like 2-for-1 credits because I was like, this not gonna work. Let me go. And then, you know, I left and went to the Bahamas. I went to Nassau.
At a young age.
Yeah.
How many years were you there for?
I was probably 2 years. Okay. 2 years. Learned a lot. Yeah.
So you get in trouble at 22. At what time do you meet Phaedra, and when is the first time you guys are in a relationship? Were you already in a relationship at the first time getting in trouble?
I met Phaedra coming right out of high school. So she was just coming out of law school.
So younger, 18.
I'm about going on 19.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was 24. So right during that time, she was working in DeKalb County at the time. And I just happened to be, you know, coming from that way on the highway. I see a little thing, whatever.
She was walking?
No, she's driving. We're on the
She's
highway.
driving.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's bumper to bumper traffic.
Gotcha.
That's how I'm at. So 97.
So you met her in 97. So y'all didn't go to school together, nothing like that?
No.
Didn't grow up together? So you say you bumper to bumper traffic, like you just met her in traffic?
Yeah, you know how sometimes you're in traffic and you see, you know,
So you see something you like.
Yeah,
so you
you
say,
see
hey,
women,
little baby,
you
let me holler at you right quick.
Yeah,
Like, hey, bump, bump.
Yeah, I was like, bump out.
Okay, yeah.
Window down. She was like, I ain't rolling the window down. So we had to keep going.
Okay.
So we were going for probably like 5-6 miles. At that point, I'm just like,
So you're chasing this lady down the street. That's what you're telling me.
No, that's weird.
You was harassing this woman.
That's
like, yeah,
weird,
pull
bro.
over. Hey.
That's weird.
Got you.
Kinda though.
A little bit. Yeah, you needed that.
No, but look,
you wanted that.
But there was a thing, right? So when we went off of Delk Road and we was riding down, I was like, yo, this is getting really weird because she's going the same direction that I'm going. I'm behind her. I don't want her to feel like I'm following her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that.
So I come and go around her, and just so happen I turn on this street. Most people don't turn on this particular street. It's like Sandtown or something like that, coming off of Delk. So I turned, and the next thing I know, she turned and she came and got beside me. She's like, yo, follow me.
So now she's hollering at you.
Yeah. And
Okay,
we went to her
cool.
house.
Same
day.
Fresh off the highway.
Fresh off the highway.
So you telling me you picked this woman up fresh off the
I
highway?
had it like that, man. I had it, bro.
and took her right back to the house.
Right back to the house.
Same day, same
day,
night.
no, same second.
Same second.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, straight to the house.
Yeah, she took me to her house.
Her house. Oh, that's a bold move. Okay, I like that.
man.
And that was the introduction to Apollo and Phaedra, right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
Fresh off
Yeah.
the highway.
I smelled like money. You know what I'm saying?
And she
smelled
needed
money.
that.
Yeah, she smelled that money.
I like that. Okay, that's what's up. So from there, that's the first introduction. And you guys went straight into a relationship. How did that come about?
No. You know, during that time, you know, she's doing her thing. She's playing the field. I'm playing the field. You know whatnot.
Okay.
But I would say this. I feel like, I know. Like I was always the guy, the other
For
guy.
her?
Yeah.
The other guy or the main guy?
I feel like we were never gonna depart from one another.
Okay, regardless what's going on with the distance, we're still locked in.
Yeah,
Until
locked in.
we're ready, basically.
Yeah.
Keep your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And then yeah.
Okay, and that's how that happened. So,
That's how it happened.
what was the first time when y'all officially committed? So you say she playing the field, you playing the field. When was it just like, hey, look, I want you to be mine.
You mean
let's do this?
No, I never have asked a woman that. Like, be
You
mine.
never asked her to be yours. How do you get married, sir? If you ain't, what you mean?
No, you just know. It's a chemistry. Like, you just know. I've never asked a woman, hey, are you gonna be mine?
So you didn't even ask?
Oh, to marry me? That was a
No,
long
not
time.
to marry, but just in, like, when
To
did it
be
get
my woman?
official? Yeah. So she knows you're not seeing, at least exclusive. She need confirmation, like, yo, don't see other women. Hey, you don't see other men. This conversation.
I never had that disclaimer. I don't know.
Oh,
We never
my
talked about
goodness,
that.
sir. So y'all didn't even discuss that. It's just, hey, look, move your things into my house, and we're just gonna go. That's how that happened.
That's funny. No.
I guess I can see why you get yourself into little sticky situations. This man, no communication. Hey, shawty, come over here. Oh, don't ask me who I'm seeing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm good. So you need confirmation, right? What is the confirmation to let her know, like, yo, hey, listen, I'm not seeing nobody.
No, look, man, we have a long history, man. You gotta think. We met in 97. We got married in 2009. You know, that's 12 years,
Okay, cool.
right? So
So it really just takes off at a pace where it's just very obvious, like, we're doing this.
Well, no sir. So she's seen the sticky, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so the first date, that night I actually got into a shootout. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Yeah,
So when you say she's
and
seen the
Cobb
sticky, she sees that you're probably into some things that you might want to think about.
She actually came to the jail. Yep. And then the next day, she was like, hey, you're gonna get a bond. The next day, I went to her house. Yep.
Okay, so y'all went through some things way before you really locked it in.
Yeah. And so when that situation happened on the RICO, I was gonna retain her, right? But then I was like, you know what? This might be a little too much. It's a RICO, so I was like, let me get.
It might be too heavy duty.
Yeah, you know.
It's sticky for
yeah.
sure.
Because I've seen other situations where it's like, you know, she wasn't really like going hard, and this is my freedom at the end of the day, right?
Okay, I see what you're saying. So, okay, I see how she handled previous situation. You was like, I might need somebody really locked in for this
Exactly,
case.
but I
Gotcha.
still got fucked at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: there was someone who was testifying against me. Once I didn't retain her, this individual retained her. So once she realized, like, yo, he's about to.
So
like,
it's her versus you.
Yeah, her client was taking the
going
stand.
against you.
But what she
Okay.
did was she recused herself. Which
She
I
stepped
appreciate.
down from it.
Yeah, I appreciate
She
that.
wanted nothing to do with
Exactly.
that. Okay,
yeah, I
that's a
appreciate
good
that.
gesture. I like
that was
that.
cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. And then I did my time. She was mad because I retained another lawyer. I still got fucked, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think she was really salty about that I gave the money to someone else. But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. Then I came home in 09. I called her. And she
So
was like,
you're fresh out and you call her. Okay.
I called her. I wrote her a couple letters, you know what I'm saying, around like probably 2006. You know what I'm saying?
She right back.
No, she didn't write back.
Okay.
She didn't write back. The number was the same though.
So you get out.
Actually, I called her in 2006 and spoke to her on the phone. Called her collect.
Okay. So you get out, you come home in 2009, and you call her again.
Yeah, I called her. See what's going on.
Yeah,
Hey, how
see
you
how you
doing?
doing? Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, hey, come see me. So, yeah, so I pulled up on her. We talked. She was engaged to someone. And at that time, I guess we just spoke and was like, hey, you know, I trust you, you trust me type thing, you know, over time.
Yeah,
we
for
just
sure. You
spoke
put in
about,
some time, right?
Yeah, and then, you know, talked about, you know, the future, kids perhaps, you know, stuff like
Wait,
that.
you said she was engaged. Fill me in. Like, what do you mean she's engaged? You came home and she's engaged.
Yeah, she had a nice ring on her hand and all
Okay,
that stuff. Yeah,
gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? I don't like the name drop and stuff. Like
No,
that.
you have a name drop, but,
Yeah,
but she was cuffed.
Oh, she was cuffed.
She's seeing somebody for
Yeah,
real.
yeah. I was
Okay,
like,
how long did it take to intervene between them two? Because at what time?
That day.
Okay. Oh, you intervened that day?
Yeah, that day,
So you
yeah.
came home and said, yo, we got to tell him to go.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, yeah.
He's got to go.
gotta go.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back. Look
Yeah.
at me. He got to go.
I said, you don't love him, this, you know.
And what did she say to that? How did she
just
respond to
laughed.
that? She laughed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Did she
then-
just like laugh and threw it away? Like,
No.
How long did it take for her to like really drop that? Clean.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. It's a good turnaround time. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
So maybe she already kind of had her mind made up. She just needed, you know, she was waiting on you.
Maybe.
Keeping her seat warm, keep your spot. Yeah, keep your spot warm.
She
So,
don't do that.
what time period do you guys get introduced to the show? How did that come about? How did you guys get the opportunity to come about with the TV show?
So in 2009, she mentioned it. She was like,
This is right as soon as you came home?
yeah.
Okay, same
So we
year.
got married November of 09. And then right during that time, it was already like, hey, would you consider going on this, on the Housewives and so forth? I was like, I'm not really sure, because I was still, 1 foot in, 1 foot out,
And we say 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You mean like you were still doing things you probably shouldn't be doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the thought of you doing things you probably shouldn't do, that actually made you hesitant to do the show.
Yeah.
For what reason? Like, what was the reason?
Just scrutiny, you know what I'm saying? You'd be under a microscope, you know what I mean?
They're really paying attention to you. Yeah.
Well,
You're nationalized.
well, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, that might not be a good idea, but you know what? Let's just, the hell with it, let's go.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'll say we did, we filmed, I think the first time was in her law firm, yeah, I'll say maybe December of 09, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so at first you're a little hesitant. You're like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I don't know. And then it just starts ripping and running. At what point does it hit you that's like, I'm famous for real? Because you was just doing your thing. You in the streets. First off, you're in the streets. You're already kind of keeping a low profile. When did it hit you where you went to go get a bite or something to eat and somebody's like, oh my God, are you, hey, can I get a picture? And then it's like, when did it hit you for real that this show's doing something?
I don't think it never really hit me, because I try to stay humble at the same time. I'm not even thinking about the show, really. And that's like a bittersweet thing, right? Because you find yourself in positions and you're not really maximizing your opportunities and, just those things. So you think about that, right?
Did it catch you off guard when the first person asked you for a picture?
Not really.
No, you're just like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I've always been famous, I've always, been that type of person to, draw a crowd or whatever, or just, feel good. So it never really, I'm like this now.
Okay, got you. Okay, nice. So, okay, that's an adjustment. So, okay, yeah, so this is so what was it like doing your whole family on national TV? Because shortly after the introductions, you have kids. What season was it when you finally have your kids? And what's it like having your kids on national TV?
Well,
for the world to see.
So she delivered in May of 2010, the first one. And it has its moments, right? Because it's evasive. Sometimes you need that moment, but it's just like constantly go, right? It's like a storyline. So, we made it through it, but that's the thing too. Like having your kids on national television, it's high standards, right? They're under a microscope. People's expecting them. The expectation is high, and especially when you have two, right? One's trying to keep up with the other one. It's just a whole thing.
I understand that. So, while the show's going, at any time, do you feel like you're in the shadows of Phaedra? Do you ever feel like you have to perform at a certain level, knowing that she's who she is, and you do the things that you do on your downtime? Did you ever feel like you need to make those adjustments?
Nah, because she wasn't like, I felt like we were, even though I was just coming out of prison at that time, I felt like we were even, because it's the thing, I'm educated the same, I won't say I'm just as educated. We have our strengths and weaknesses, right? So I don't feel like I was trying to do things or the illicit things just to try to like keep up and things like that. I don't think.
So was there ever any time during
there was pressure now, a little pressure.
Okay, what's the pressure? What was the pressure?
I don't want to say if it was it might have been ego.
Your ego?
Yeah, it might have been ego, a little bit of ego.
That's good, that's fair.
That's saying maybe I have to do X, Y, Z or whatnot, but really that probably wasn't the case,
So
you're
saying
like self-trickery, maybe.
Yeah, it was in your mind, you're telling yourself, I need to like get and go and like be a certain way. So there was some pressure there for you, just a little bit.
But again, it's all right there. So I should have I feel like it's like maximizing, again, going back to that, maximizing, the opportunity and maximizing my potential. Everything was right there, right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you really don't have to, it's like monetizing, learn how to brand, monetize, because, and that's the thing, like perpetuity, you know, there's so many things that just throws me for a loop, right? So you're married to an intellectual property attorney, right? So if you're all about
It's
contracts,
in-house.
yeah, but if you're all about contracts, how do you get screwed? How do we get
Right. When we're the people. We are the people.
Yeah, we're the people. And we're getting milked every day
Wow.
for nothing, right?
Now, would you say that was probably just a lack of understanding, not knowing the magnitude of the circumstances, and then having to catch it on the back end, like, whoa, I could have done
I think
this.
that goes for a lot of people. It's before, you know, at the end of the day, you look back and you say, man, it's too late. Like you said, to your point, not knowing it was going to just take off like wildfire.
Right. By the time you look up, you're like, well, we could have been, hold on, slow it down. We could have been doing this. We could have been getting this money like that. Like,
Right. Yeah.
okay, I see. So was there ever conversations with you two behind closed doors of, can you please stop doing these things that you're doing? Knowing that you 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Was there any conversations like that between you two?
Yeah, we had a couple conversations. And that's the thing, right? You know that thing, like, it was weird because I think I was telling her, I said, yo, I don't think this, like, the moral compass, right? I'm just like,
Your moral compass.
Yeah, I was like, even though, okay, I won't say that part, right? Because sometimes people get offensive, right? But I'll say, I was like, listen, I've had enough.
You saying this to her?
Yeah.
You're saying you've had enough of?
Yeah, just the whole illicit business and all this stuff, right? I've had enough. And it was kind of like that thing alluding to, don't worry about it. We have people in high places, XYZ, it'll be okay. Like get back in the game.
So it's almost like, I hear your cries, but you'll be all right.
Yeah,
like,
get back in the game.
Damn.
That's
how you feel.
That was the perception that I got, yeah.
Okay, so that
I'll stand on that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So,
see, this is the
so you
thing.
didn't really necessarily feel overkill support from your wife at the time to say, hey, get what are you doing? Like, get up out of there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that intense of a pull.
No.
That's interesting.
I was deep in. I was definitely deep in, I would say that, to say the least, for sure.
By the time the show started getting rolling, you were deep off in there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It wasn't something that you could just say, Okay, I understand.
Not at all.
So knowing that, did it ever dawn on you the possibility of like, okay, I know I'm doing this TV thing. I know I have a beautiful wife. Now I have these beautiful children. Did it ever dawn on you like, damn, I might get in trouble one day. I might have to go away and sit down and do some time.
Good question. Well, this is the thing, right? When you're doing things that you're not supposed to do, right? It's just like that coin, right? There's heads and tails on that coin, right? So you can't go into a situation knowing that you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, and then all of a sudden you're astonished when the table flips on you.
When them boys come knock on the
What?
door, yeah, you can't be like, oh, like what happened?
No, they do it all the time.
Okay, so you're saying that
People do it all the time.
So mentally, you was already prepared. Like this might be a possibility for
You
me.
better.
I understand that.
You better take it on the chin.
Okay, I see.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
okay.
Straight up. I didn't fight that one though. When they
You didn't
came
fight the
first-
case?
No, I fought the first one because I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But this one here, no, I didn't
The
fight.
second one you laid down.
Oh man, well, that sounds weird.
Okay, maybe you didn't lay down. Hold on, pause. Maybe you didn't lay down. So, yeah, I'm just gonna lay down with a quickness. Oil up. Where's my oil?
No, I don't do no oil.
Okay,
no.
okay, I see.
No,
I
we
see.
ain't doing that.
So, walk me through the day that you actually got arrested. What happened? You eating a Big Mac and them boys just pulled up on you, or like was you at the house?
Hey,
taking
you're
it?
kind of spot on.
Okay.
You're close.
Go ahead. Tell
It
me.
was definitely by Burger King.
Okay, got you.
No, that's McDonald's. Big Mac.
Big Mac is Mickey
Oh,
D's. Yeah,
okay,
come on
okay,
now.
yeah.
They get it together.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't eat stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got
Big Mac's-
bougie over the years.
Big Mac's my jam. I'll
Okay.
tear that one up. Yeah.
With the sauce on it too.
All the sauce. I need all of that. Plain preferably. But plain with the sauce, I'm good to go.
Okay.
But yeah, so what were you doing? Where were you at? What happened?
Man, the setup was crazy, for real. So I was waiting on someone, okay, and they were like, "Hey, I'm almost there." Da 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 da. I'm like, "All right, cool. Come on, I gotta go." I think I was going to Colombia. I think I was going to Cartagena, I believe, and I was heading to the airport.
Okay.
I pulled over, waited for him, and I went to go check something on my laptop. So I'm in the car.
So you're about to leave out of town.
Excuse me, I'm leaving the country, yeah.
So like this is the day you're about to leave. You got your bags, you got everything you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
So you about to have a great day. You're like, I'm about to go on a
Great
trip,
day.
man. I'm gonna go lay in the sun.
yeah,
Like,
great day.
okay.
Yeah. And I backed in, I grabbed my book bag from the passenger floorboard, grabbed my laptop, couldn't get online. So I'm like, yo, this is weird, right? So
How many minutes or hours till the flight pulls out?
2.
Okay, so you have some time. Okay.
Yeah, but I keep telling I gotta go. I gotta get there, right? So, internet's not working. I said, this is strange, right? So I call the individual. I'm like, hey, what's up? I thought you paid it. Oh, I paid it. Where you at? I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute. So I'm like, okay, internet don't work. Put it back in my bag. Put the bag back into the passenger floorboard, right? So my car is like all mopped out, right? So the M5, the whole windshield is like about 10%.
Pitch black.
Yeah, and 5% all the way around.
Yeah.
I had a permit for the tent, whatever, but you couldn't see nothing.
Okay.
Blacked out. So when I bent down, I look up, I see a van right in front of me. The doors open up, they jump out, they got ski mask on.
So are you in the time, are you thinking like, yo, these folks finna get me, or are you
I'm
thinking it's
robbed.
them folks?
No, I'm getting robbed.
You think you're getting robbed?
Yeah.
Like this is a stick up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm about to
You about to mash
hit
out.
it in reverse and go over the boom, 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 right?
Right.
So, but the last dude gets out, I see the badge dangling, and it was like USSS, United States Secret Service. I'm like, damn, Obama done sent them people after me.
Like it's going down.
Oh man, the Fed, not the Fed, but the Secret Service.
Yeah, like it's going down.
Dude, open the window, I'll get out.
Beating on the windshield.
We're like trying to bust it.
Are you trying to scram? Like, are you about to hit the gas, or what are you
No, you
thinking?
can't. They got me. I'm blocked in. I can go this way. I can go over the back.
Yeah.
I thought about it. Boom. Open up the door. They pull me out.
So do you roll it down politely? Yes, officer. He's like, yes, officer. How can I
No,
help?
I did that one time. They pulled me all the way out the window.
They just snatch you up out the thing. Oh,
yeah,
damn.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't
So
wanna
you didn't want to play that game.
Go that
yeah,
way.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I learned my lesson on that one.
So you just open up the door.
Yeah, and then boom, they pulled me out, put me on the ground, and got me up real quick.
Threw you in the van?
No, well, yeah, they threw me in the van, and when I was on the ground, they was like, "Where's the person at? Where's the person? Where they at?" I said, "Listen, man, do me a favor." I said, "If you would have waited a little bit longer, you would have been able to catch them." I said, "But the fact that they're working for you," I said, "You got them. Like, come on." And they just looked at me and was like,
"Where's the person that you're supposed to be meeting
Exactly.
before you leave?"
"Yeah, they already had them." They
They
kept
already
asking me,
had
like,
'em.
alluding to the fact that you know.
Right,
so,
right.
So, but yeah.
And that's the person that got them, that sent them your way.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It was rough.
That's a rough one right there. Any
It's a story in itself, huh?
Any bruises, like, did they like bang you up, or it was a smooth transition?
No, it's smooth.
A smooth transition?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like a seizure warrant is what it was. No arrest. They just
Gotcha.
wanted to see if the information they got was palpable enough to, to garner, whatever, the warrant and so forth. So yeah.
Okay, so how long is it before you figure out, after that, they pull up on you, they get you, they snatch you up. How long after that is it when you come to the realization of you might have to do real time, 8 years, and they start negotiating your whole process?
So look, the wild thing about it, I still was in denial that the person would have flipped on me. I'm still in denial. I go get another phone, come back, I'm at my house still trying to reach
This
out.
the same day?
Not even, when I was supposed to go
They
take
let
the
you
phone.
go?
Yeah, because it wasn't an arrest warrant.
So they just pat you down, say, smack you
Yeah.
on the ass, and send you on your way?
Nah, they didn't smack me no butt. I don't
Okay.
do none of that. You keep,
So they
keep
say, have a good day.
that.
Have a good day,
Two
pimp.
times.
Yeah.
One time I'm laying down, now I'm getting smacked on the
Now you
ass.
get smacked. Hey, man, I don't know, man.
Did
Hey,
you
I
write
don't-
these questions?
I didn't write none of that, man. I don't know. That's somebody else. Take that up with somebody
All right,
else. So,
Oh, yeah.
what are you doing? Are you serious right now? Oh, you're dead serious. Come on, sometimes. Please stop. No, stop. Look, there's a better way. But you I got you. Listen, but this is what you need right here. This is the fitness guide. It's nutritional handler. In gym routines, 1 through 10, plenty of things to get your body right. If you don't like going to the gym, and if you want to be in the comfort of your own home and wear the things that you might want to wear without other people's opinion, there's also in-home routines as well. So we're going to show you how to do it, how to properly position yourself. Plenty of exercise to get you right. I dig it, I like that. However, as far as nutrition goes, we got that as well. We got ingredients for you, we have recipes for you, whatever you need.
Oh, what cream products is that thing?
You don't need that for the summertime. So I'm gonna send you the link to this book. Go get your book, we're gonna get you right. And you don't have to do it like this. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get back to it. Go, enjoy the sun. Yeah, do your thing, do your thing. I'm gonna send you the link though.
Summertime. Sandy cheeks everywhere. It's cool.
I was still in denial that the individual had, turned on me like that. So I go to call him, long story short, not even like 45 minutes later, they're pulling up at my house, the Secret Service.
Right after leaving from the
After leaving, 45
incident.
minutes later,
Wow.
right? So I tell the nanny, I was like, hey man, you might want to call Phaedra, tell her I'm going to jail.
They were like, today's the day.
Yeah,
Like,
so they knock on the door, she answers, they ask for me. I'm standing upstairs, I'm looking around the thing, the little corner. And,
are you having any thoughts? Are you like, yo, I'm gonna jump on this band and I'm a Superman out the window? Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, you got to think about it. I'm like, man, hold up. So I walk outside, I turn around, put my hands behind my back, and nothing's happening. The dude taps me on my shoulder, was like, hey, come here. Walks me to the end of the driveway. He said, yo, turn around. He said, you see this? He said, some people are not living the way you're living, and people are protecting them, so you need to protect your own ass. Stay off that fucking phone. Right then and there, I said, so when you
Hold on. So you're telling me one of the dudes who just scooped you up also gave you the insight of stop calling the person you was calling?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's going through your head when he does that?
I said, so now what? They said, we'll be in touch.
Oh, nah, that's
So now I gotta live my whole life in suspense every day.
because you don't know what's going on. So these boys need to pull up on you.
Any
Like,
day, let's go. Yeah.
you brush your teeth, boom, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Like, what's going on?
For sure.
Damn, so you was paranoid for sure. Moving forward after that, you was on edge.
Yeah, man, you don't know what's going on.
Okay, so what?
That's rough too.
Yeah, being like that. You just trying to enjoy a sandwich. You or like if you like laying in bed, what's that noise? Like, did you hear that? Yeah, that's probably terrifying.
It was intense,
actually.
man.
Yeah, so you made the call. You called a nanny. Them boys come to the house. When does Phaedra come home, and what is Phaedra saying?
Once that happened, I went to her office.
So as soon as they left you, you dropped to her office.
Yeah, and we talked.
Did you call her while you was on the way? Or?
She kind of was like nonchalant about it, like this shit ain't for real. No, this is for real.
Oh, she
This
thought she
ain't-
was playing.
Yeah,
Not,
this
or
ain't-
maybe she didn't understand the
magnitude.
magnitude.
The magnitude. Yeah.
Okay.
And then still.
So you trying to tell her like, yo, baby, like I'm going down.
This
Like,
is for real.
Listen, you finna lose me. Like, wake up.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you go to the house. What happens at night? Is she upset?
Nah, we really didn't. It was kind of like one of those things. Like we kind of talked about it, but then we didn't, right? So yeah, for real. So then through another associate, I got the lawyer, and then the amount, the lawyer was expensive, bro.
Yeah, I could believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at the time you being a celebrity, and this is your case. I already know the case is a big deal. They probably didn't want to ring your pockets.
Yeah,
and shit.
a lot of accounts frozen. Can't
Everything.
really,
How long did it
move
take before they actually put the clamps on you, so where you couldn't even go buy a biscuit or nothing?
Oh, a year and some change. I'm
Oh,
out
so
of
it's a-
suspense. Yeah, it was a
Okay, so how long from the incidents when they first pulled up on you before you actually got sentenced?
Well, that's the thing. I got sentenced. So when you're sentenced, you still have to wait to be designated, right? So I want to say. Probably like 8 months, 10 months.
That's a lot of suspense. Did they tell you your due date though?
Oh yeah, after you get sentenced, you'll catch it in the mail.
Oh, that's rough. And then they come to the house and pick you up. You gotta go drop
No, you gotta
yourself
go.
off.
It depends on your situation, but me, I had to drop myself off. So that's the other crazy part. Like you're going to the Chateau d'If,
man,
and you're gonna
that's
take yourself there. Like that's
That's a
even,
long drive. And you're probably thinking like, that's an
It's
exit
like a-
right there.
yeah.
I'm gonna take this exit.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, like I
I
ain't
did.
going there. Yeah.
I was like, I ain't going to Kentucky. I'm going over here to Nashville.
Yeah, I'm going for a ride. Yeah, I'm driving all the way to wherever.
And I did. When I tell you, I went to Nashville, man. Oh man, my guy, C boy, I'm telling you, opened up the Mortons. I was like, one more time.
Oh, so you got some good food before you had to go ahead and
good food.
hit the road.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was high as a kite though.
Oh, you just went ahead and blazed down. Got it
I
out the
was
way.
high.
You didn't
bro.
want to feel nothing.
I was high and I probably did half a bottle of Don Julio. I was.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Same day you had to go in?
Same.
So you went to think like, let's get it together.
They left
They
me.
had to drag you in.
Yeah, they left me. Yeah, they left me in the shoe for a day or so until I could
Get it together, recoup.
make sure I wasn't inebriated anymore.
So whenever it's due date, you got to turn yourself in. I'm imagining you kissing foreheads, you telling everybody bye. Like your family, your beautiful wife.
Man, my family, they feel like they just turned on me.
So with that 8 months time frame before the due date, you feel like the house just got cold in there.
Oh man, cold. That's an understatement, brother. It's an understatement.
So
But
the connection was
continue.
lost. So it was not no bye, baby, I love you so much. Like keep your head up,
Dude.
whatever.
This, like, I'm gonna shed a tear.
They said, can we please get it from that? You don't mind?
No, shit. It was like no remorse, to say the least. Like the individual, I feel like, you know, TV fame, stuff like that. There's a certain stigma, right? And you can be represented by, you know, your management or this, that, and the third. And sometimes people will say, hey, that's not in your best interest. I don't think that, you know, that hinders your brand or X, Y, Z. So I felt like it was a lot of pullback, you know, to say the least. So there was no support like that, no.
Wow, so you telling me it's just cold. You had to handle that on your own.
Yeah, for the
So
most part.
so when you did go turn yourself in, did you see Phaedra before you left the house?
No, so that's the thing, right? So, and that's the crazy thing about production, right? So you think these people, you work with people for 4 or 5 years, you know, whatever, and you think someone has your best interest at hand, right?
It's like the crew and everybody who watches you film
Yeah.
on a day in, day out.
Yeah, they're rolling with you, right?
Yeah.
And you would think someone has a little sympathy or a little empathy for what you got going on. But instead of that, so I found out right before I was going, I found out that my ex-wife was, to me, what it looked like she was having an affair. That's what I would say.
Okay.
It was inappropriate at the end of the
Gotcha.
day. Yeah.
And you felt the way about that.
Yeah, the verbiage. So I was trying to go through her phone, right? And she used to keep her phone like really, really close guarded, right? So this one particular morning, this is like, I'm a couple, 2 weeks maybe, 2 weeks away from turning myself in. Maybe a week and a half, right? It's close. And I see what I see in the phone, and
Now what do you see in this phone? You seen the stick, like you seen like hard evidence, like she's sleeping with somebody?
nah, the verbiage, it tells it all. You know what I'm saying? And it's like making a mockery out of the situation, making a mockery out of my demise or my shortcoming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so she's talking to another man about your shortcomings.
Yeah. Yeah, and I, you know, man, this was already kind of publicized. I already put that out there years ago. But yeah, that part there was a little disturbing, and then it just started just unfolding from there. I'm like, okay, this is a thing. So the reason why I brought up the network is because in the production is because I said, hey man, we're in Georgia. And Georgia is like, you know, crime of passion state. Well, you know, at some point, or there's other states like that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, of
Sometimes
course.
psychologically, man, you know, when you love someone, care about somebody, shit happens, you know? And like, but why antagonize and do that? You know what I mean? So production went and just said some off the wall crap. Oh, he said he's gonna do X, Y, Z, da 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 da. I'm waiting on the lady to come home. No, they say that. We're supposed to film twice that day. We filmed around 1 p.m. and then we were supposed to film later on around like 7 or 8. 7 or 8 came, she's nowhere to be found. She's got both my kids.
Hold on. So you saying production called her
Yeah.
and said, yo, you need to leave because he's finna
Yeah, just
come
to
through
get
and smoke you.
Yeah, just to get the,
That's crazy.
and they were filming the whole thing. Her packing up or whatever, her going, you know, I think she went to like Rutledge, Georgia, somewhere down there. There's like a little resort and so forth. Yeah, so I had to like track my kids down
Just to say bye.
just to say bye.
Did you get to him?
Oh yeah, finally. I wasn't, and
You
I
wouldn't
would say
take
that
no for an answer.
I wasn't going to jail until I said bye to my kids. And I had to tell my lawyer, he had to contact, you know, the prosecutor, the judge, whatever they had to do. I'm literally talking to the Secret Service dude who's like, yo man, there's no way. And I think he just had a child too. I was like, yo, think
At
about
the time?
Yeah, he just had a newborn. I said, what if he was going to prison for 8 years and you want to see your kid? He was like, man, I feel you. I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, y'all boys can ride with me until I go see him.
Yeah. So they gave me a little extension, so I had to hunt her down and go catch him. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So that's it. You got to tell your kids bye.
Yeah.
And then you go do your time.
That was cool to say. I got to see my son. I got to see Aiden in a rare moment that I was like, wow. Because that's the thing. You think about it. So I'm going 5.5 years. Like Aiden, I was there every day, change the diapers, you know what I'm saying, going to school, pick him up from school, you know. Her mom, you know, she would come in and help us as like the nanny, but she was on payroll at the end of the day. It wasn't free. It's not free. Right. I think she's still on payroll at this point. But to say the least, it's like I did my part, I feel like, the 4 years, right? She was on a per diem. My Discover card, I pay for everything. Milk, eggs, cheese, gas in the car, groceries, Kaiser, insurance, you name it. I'm carrying the whole load, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool. So when I go away, during that time, Aiden, he really resonated with me. So he was like, Daddy, he had a breakdown moment. He was like,
this is before you leave.
Yeah, this is that day, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, look, man, you know, I just want to tell you something. So this is the thing, I don't lie to my kids. They're gonna get the raw, honest truth. I can't see myself doing that, you know? And so I was like, hey, look, I said, you know, when you go to timeout, you do something that you shouldn't do, you go to timeout. I said, Daddy has to go to grown people's timeout. He was like, what did you do? I told him, I said, I stole money from the bank. He was like, well, just give it back. He said, just give it back. And dude, like super smart, right? At 4 years old, I'm just like, yo, it's just killing me. Because my whole thing was this, right? It wasn't about the time. It's about, I'm about to be away from my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's what crushed me. That's what really hurt the most. Like every day of that bid, it was like thinking about them boys, right? So, so he was like, he said, Daddy, he said, I don't have no money. He's like, but if I had some money, you can have it. And he said, who's gonna feed you?
He said what?
He said, who's gonna feed you? How are you gonna eat every day?
Yeah. He's already thinking about you.
And then I seen him, 4 years old, he just got mad. He's like, Transformers, roll out, we're gonna go get my dad and break him out of jail.
Oh,
right?
no, yeah, that's crazy,
man, it
man.
crushed me, man. That was something else.
No, that's rough. I bet that was hard to let go.
It was.
That moment.
For real.
Yeah, that's rough. So, okay, so then you're away now. You're down, you're doing your time. What's the mindset shift you have to have when you realize, like, okay, I'm here now, it's time to do time? Like, what type of mode
you gotta
have
lock
to turn
in.
Okay.
You gotta lock in, and that's what I was saying earlier, was like, you have to become desensitized, like straight up. So, you know, when you think about it, when you do come home, the acclimation it's gonna take time. So, you know, I might have situations where, people might say, oh, like I said before, oh, you're disconnected.
Because you gotta disconnect.
Yeah, it's not my fault. It's gonna come back. It's gonna click at some point,
Yeah.
and I'll, snap back into it. But you have to definitely become hardened, for sure.
Got you. So, when you first get in there, what is the feeling like of, okay, you just went from being famous, you run in the streets, everybody's like knows your name, and now I'm sure these people in there are dogging you out, treating you the worst way. How did that make you feel when you come to that realization, like, I ain't got no love in here? And you just came from being loved and praised by everybody.
Well, that's the thing. No, I didn't. The staff, for sure, they try to dog you, but as far as like the camaraderie with people, that was in there, because this is the thing. People who are from, I would say, like the streets, if you will, they resonate with me because I had a reputation as well. So a lot of people would already know me or whatnot. It's not necessarily from TV. Like I'm,
already well known, regardless in a different lane.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so they took care of you in there.
Well, you gotta take care of yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, the thing about, the thing about survival, it's like accessibility, right? You can't be accessible because people do wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they can, they can try you or they can come at you and talk to you.
Saying why you in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to definitely have to put a wall up and be, non-accessible. Now, you might make associates with certain people or whatnot, but the thing is, like, you gotta
keep your distance.
Yeah.
So, one of the biggest questions that I'm sure everybody would love to know, you know, you in there, you making friends with people. You know, you a good looking dude. So, did you have to get the booty up? Did you have to lose your innocence while you was in there?
Funny. That's 3 times.
Yeah, no, that's 3 times. But you ain't get no answer yet. I was curious. Like, you got it going on.
Walk out of the interview.
You said it was nice. You said it was nice.
Hey, listen. I don't give no ass away.
You didn't get no ass away?
Nah, never.
Did you do
and
any,
I don't take ass.
Did you do any ass taking?
Nah,
you didn't get
do
hungry
that
in there.
either.
You had no.
Listen, I'm heterosexual.
No bad days. You wasn't like, I need something. Like, that's a lot of time. 8 years. I'm sure, man, got something.
Now, I can stroke myself now.
Okay, so you handle it yourself?
Sometimes. I don't really like to do that. Though,
Okay,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying? I felt like I don't
What's
like
your
that.
resources? Like shampoo, bar and soap? Like,
No,
what
I
you
don't
got?
really like to, you know, because I'm one with nature, so I would wait to have a
wet
natural,
dream or something?
natural organism. Yeah.
Okay, I got
So
you.
I would just like, you know, it was real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to touch myself.
It was real vivid in there.
No, not about that. I wasn't thinking about that dude.
Okay. So you
funny,
see some meat walking by, like, oh yeah, let me meditate on him. Instead of having to take his ass, I'm gonna take his ass. Like,
That's funny. That's funny, man. Nah, that's funny. You got a good sense of humor.
Okay.
Yeah, you
so,
just do stand up.
Okay, so you wasn't meditating on the men.
Hey, no, man. I was meditating on my on
Baby, they
the,
just
on
had
the
to check,
ladies.
man. They just had to, congratulations on that. That's it.
Some people go down that
that's-
road though.
Oh yeah.
They do, man.
Did
They
you
go
see
down-
some crazy things in there?
Oh yeah, you see some. Oh man, you see some wild stuff, yo. Some wild things. That's what I say. Like I made the phone call to tell my ladies, hey, look, man, make sure you he got to put a condom on, man, for sure.
What you talking about?
Man, I see.
Oh, you're saying like your women back home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen some wild stuff, man. This is one day. There's a dude, right? Like you said, right? You know. You could look at a dude and be like, okay, you're a nice looking dude, you know.
Of course, yeah, well put together.
Yeah. So it was this dude, right? Nice looking dude, worked out, whatever. I said, man, okay, he must, you know, have a good
Head on his
little
shoulders.
fleet, a little fleet. You know,
Oh,
when
he got
was
some
up.
honeys is what
That's
you're
what I'm
saying.
thinking,
Okay,
right?
cool.
Yo, this dude just starts spazzing out, crying. I'm like, what the hell is he crying for? He's like 15 feet away. He's
He by
crying
himself?
he's crying because his boyfriend, the lover, in jail is about to go home. Yeah,
Get
man.
the hell outta
The
here,
dude grabs the other dude, man, and just starts like
Tonguing him down.
tonguing him down, bro.
Like,
I said,
baby, I
yo,
love
I
you.
ran to the phone so fast. I'm calling every woman I know. I'm like, yo, there's no way. Yo,
Dog,
these
that's-
dudes are gonna trick the fuck out of you.
Cause you said he coming home, he's finna get some honeys for sure. And they need to know that I see you crying over another man.
Yeah, that's the first time ever.
That's his real baby.
Yeah,
When he comes
this is the
home,
first
that's-
time ever. It could be anybody at this point. I'm like, yo, that was wild.
That one woke you up.
Yeah, woke me up.
Hell no.
Yeah, I
That's
was like,
rough.
wow.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
But no, I don't know. Nah, not me.
You didn't partake.
I stand solid, bro. That's the thing too, right? I have people who actually rode the time with me. You know what I'm saying? My character and what I stand on, you know what I'm saying, is immaculate.
Yeah, that's what I say. So you was away, and you know love wasn't completely lost for you because you were Shireen, your wife at the time. You know, y'all together. And how did that go? How was that communication while you was away? Because she
Well-
was the one holding you down majority of the time, right?
Yeah, so this is the thing. So I met Shireen, that's the thing, right? I went to go see one of my best friends in Philadelphia. This was September 2nd. I think Jay-Z and Beyonce, they used to do like the Bud Fest and things like that. It was something like that. It's a big thing in Philly. And so we're there anyways. We go out that night and I happen to run into her. She gets in the limo.
Now, is this like what's the time frame here? Like, was this
So-
while you about to go away, or?
Yeah, so look, I met her September 2nd. The Secret Service came October 14th, October 13th, somewhere in there. So basically a month later. And within that time, we were just cool, like nothing, you know what I'm saying? And just the camaraderie was something else, man. Like her energy was unmatched, man. I mean, it was something like a breath of fresh air. It's like, wow, this person is cool. Because think about it.
You said it was cold for a minute while
Yeah.
you was going through your case, so you didn't really have.
Well, I
much.
didn't hit the case yet. It's September 2nd is when I met.
Gotcha.
Shireen of 13. And then boom, October came and then it happened.
Okay, so is it true that you, while Phaedra was pregnant, that you were sleeping with Shireen already at the time? While she was pregnant, so Aiden was already born, so she would be pregnant with Dylan.
Yeah.
Is it true that you and Shireen were sleeping together while Phaedra was pregnant.
No, that's wild. It doesn't even match. It doesn't even make sense. Dylan is born in May of 13, right? May. I didn't meet Shireen until September of 13.
So your first encounter ever with Shireen is after the kid is born?
Yeah, the kid was already born. So that's nonsense. Like what Phaedra said about that's ridiculous, man. Like, I don't even know where she gets off on just, slandering people and just saying wild stuff like that. That's ridiculous. Never happened. And plus, this is the thing. I'm not like, come on, give me a little bit of respect. So now I'm out here just waxing something while my wife is pregnant with a child. Like that's low down. Like for you to conceive, like for your brain to conceptualize that is beyond me. Like what are you on? Like you're weird to even say some dumb shit like that. Yeah, but
So that's inaccurate.
Hell yeah. It doesn't even math. What they say, the math don't math.
The math is not math.
Nah.
So the math is way off. Okay.
See, the thing, right, is like, they can't beat me, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. Like, the truth is the truth, you know what I'm saying? That's me, I just like...
How does it make you feel when you see that they say stuff that's inaccurate about your whole characteristics? Like, how does it make you feel?
It's not cool, right? Because, what I think is, I've given too many people grace, too much grace. You can't have grace no more. No, you can't control me. You can't write the narrative no more. That'll never happen again. You know what I'm saying? Lay down, for sure. You're gonna see. We're gonna show it how it's really supposed to go. Like, let's tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We're not gonna play these dumb games no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
I respect that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, while you were away, your team, they reach out to you while you're doing your time, and they deliver some big news to you.
Yeah, that's funny right there, right? Because I was telling you how God will deliver certain messages in a certain way and speak to you, whatever, when I said the phone was ringing. And
your first one getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I got you.
So it's crazy, right? So I was in the SHU, solitary confinement. Some things that happened. I was in there like on a 90-day run. Had to be in there.
What happened? How you get put in the SHU?
Oh man, I don't know, man. Well, speculation, you know what I mean? Like people speculate whatnot. So all I know, one day, man, I was going on visitation, and they were like, "Yo, you got to come with us." So people hating there, man. Like you have, you got to get by the best way you can. Some people have things they shouldn't have in there, and people,
they get a little jealous.
Oh yeah. You might have a phone. You might have, special privileges. Yeah, you might have whatever you need to have, and at the end of the day, I don't get it though. You're already in jail. Why are you telling on somebody in jail?
The lowest of the low.
We're already down. Like, why are you taking it out?
Trying to make me even more down. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man, there's police in there for sure, and they writing you up. Oh, he's got this over here in his locker. He's at 9:00 p.m. He's gonna be there. Come get him. Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm in the box, and my cellmate, so you had people like, they'd be fans or whatever they would write and stuff like that. So it was this one girl, she would write, and listen, it looks bad, but it was definitely innocent, right? So she used to send pictures and stuff in, but my little bunkmate, right, he used to like the pictures. So so I would write her back and tell her, like, send more pictures. So this one day, I'm writing.
So you're asking another, this is not Shireen, this ain't your girl, this is some other girl.
This is some other girl. I shouldn't have been doing it, but it's really for my bunkmate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You trying to keep him off you, like, hey, yo, let me get this man some pictures.
He wasn't
looking at me crazy today. I need to write these honeys for you, man. Hold on.
Just hold tight, bro. Hey, we're here for a long time.
I got some photos coming, baby. Just bear with me.
Hold tight. Just don't, chill, I got you. Yeah, so look what they did, man. Those people, they despise me, bro. Let me tell you what they did. So you could not seal the letter up. So they take my letter.
Oh, they gotta read your stuff for you.
Yeah, they gotta read it. Make sure, like, right. They take my letter, 2 envelopes. One's addressed to New Jersey somewhere or wherever. One's addressed to Philadelphia, right? They take my letter out of this one, switch it, put the letter to the girl for the pictures in the letter in the envelope that's going to be addressed to Shireen, and then vice versa, right?
Oh, they set you up like that. So you're not even thinking like she's gonna get these
Nah,
notes.
I'm not thinking about none of that, right? So, yeah, so that's the thing. Like Shireen, she was definitely like a rider for real. Like she would hold it down. So visitation would be like first 10, first come, first serve, whatever. So, she would sleep in the car the night before to make sure that I, could get a visit because, that's the thing too. You can only get one phone call a month, no commissary. You just like, you're.
This is rough right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that visit, I came in there and it's quick too. Like you might get 30-minute visit. The count might catch you up. You might get, who knows, 20, it just is what it is. So man, she came in and she was looking all like, she done bought new stuff and this, that. I'm like, yo, what's up with you?
She came through, she looking good. Like she got on her new fit, like. Okay.
Yeah. So next thing you know, she sits down, she starts like grilling me about the girl and all this stuff. I was like, yo, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, you're lying, you're cheating. I was like, no.
How much cheating hit? Hopefully you're not cheating.
Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, I was like, yo, she's like, oh, I got the letter. They sent me the letter. I'm like, what? So I told her, she didn't believe me, that it was for Maselli, like he wanted to get some photos.
She wasn't buying that.
Nah, she didn't buy that. She didn't buy it.
She's not buying that at all.
Nah. So then the next week, I want to say that Wednesday, literally the night before, so that Tuesday, Maselli, we're talking and he's like, yo, do you have some kids out there you might not know about? And I was like, man, it's funny that you mentioned that because sometimes I have this instinct, something just hits me, like it could just be a normal day and I get smacked over the head like by a feeling like you might. And my brother sometimes he's like, yo, do you think there's another you out there somewhere? I was like, nah, just
That would be
Aiden and Dylan. I was like, nah. Wednesday comes. This is Tuesday night that we had this conversation.
You and about the notes or the letters, or you and your guy?
Me and the guy, me and the cellmate. The notes and stuff was the week before. So Wednesday comes, boom, I go to visit. I'm sitting in visit, and she's like, do you know a such and such, such and such? I'm like, yo.
Not again.
Chill out.
Like, come on.
This
man.
was last week. Like, I don't know what you're talking about this time. She's like, no, think about it. Do you know such and such? I said, well, I know this person that has that name. I said, I know.
So she's asking you girls' names?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, no. Literally. I said, yeah, I do. I know this particular girl. I just broke down in tears, bro. Right in the visitation. She's like, yo, I have some news for you. I was like, I already know. She's like, you have a son? I said, man, I fucking knew it, man. I fucking knew it. I was like, but.
Okay, this is crazy.
It was wild,
So
bro.
you're telling me in the visitation room, she's asking you questions, grilling you, like,
Yeah, I'm thinking she's bringing back that.
Yeah, the girl that you
I didn't
trying-
do it this time.
Right,
I
so
didn't
this
put
time
no
you're like, yo,
letter.
come on,
I
don't
didn't
do
put no
this.
letter.
Right.
I didn't write nobody. I quit the picture
Right,
thing.
I stopped. Yeah. I put my pen down.
So now the COs must have wrote the letter and put it in there.
Right,
and
they
now
really
she
set you up,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And she said you got a son,
yeah.
and you instantly know, like you feel
Yeah,
it in your
man, I
chest.
broke down in tears, man. I started crying. The officers over there like, yo, what in the world? You all right? I was like, man, I knew it. And she was like, yeah, you got a son. And she was like, and from what I see, like, she was like, yo, the mannerisms, like, he looks like you, She was like, I was like, well, how did you find this out? And she was like,
That's what I'm about to ask. Like, so, like, how do you just get this information? Somebody come knock on her door, like.
No, she used to, so my management, they used to monitor my my Instagram and stuff.
Oh, while you're away and stuff?
Yeah.
Handling it, okay.
Yeah, so there was a DM from someone that was like, hey, I just want to know if, you might be my dad, my long lost father out there.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm reaching out.
So the kid reached out?
Yeah, the kid.
What in the world?
Yeah, he reached out. He was like, yo, you might. He's like, man, I was looking in the mirror and
I seen you on the TV.
Yeah, he was like, man, it was weird because I'm like, what if this was a hoax, right?
Yeah, the whole time. So, okay.
What if he's trying to play me, right? And just try to get underneath me? Like,
Right. Like, first of all, how you gonna tell me I got a son? So, what in the world is the next step?
So Shireen was like, yo, we gotta check this out. So she contacted my brother. She flew down to Atlanta just to see. Like,
See the kid?
Yeah, to see.
So the kid stayed in Atlanta, Georgia?
He was in Atlanta.
Wow.
The whole time.
The whole damn time.
I'm from Atlanta, born and raised, like, bro, like the whole time. The whole time.
So,
and mind you, I'm 30. Yeah, 34.
okay,
35,
so
yeah.
so what's going through your head? You get this information, they're like, yo, nah, like, you got a kid. Like, are you like, you're so, because you say you're crying about it. So,
Yeah, so then
part of you wants to know more.
So then visitation was over with, right? I still don't really know, so I go back and I chop it up with the celly or whatnot, and I was like, yo, you won't believe this. So at that point, I'm like,
Oh, the same dude y'all was laughing about.
yeah, the night before, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting, and one day I got some mail, and it was because I told you I had to ride out for 90 days. I get mail, and it's the kid, the pictures and everything.
Oh, she sent you pictures of
Yeah,
the
she
kid?
sent me pictures of the kid, and I was like, wow, this is. And then my brother wrote a letter and said, look, if that's not your son, he was like, man, that's a good prank. He's like, man, they're gonna take all your money.
right.
So they want back child support.
Yeah,
and everything.
you had to come cover some
I
ground.
said,
Yeah.
What? That's for real? I said, this man's coming to get money from me. I'm in
They're
jail.
trying to milk you. Right. That's terrible. So,
Oh,
so,
man.
so your family got to meet him. They got to see the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So they meet the guy. At some point, though, you can't just take somebody under your wing. Did you have to get a DNA test? There's no way you just said, "Oh, this is my
Yo,
son."
I was ready to go. Yeah, because I didn't know I was trying to swab and put it in an envelope to mail it out. But I'm like,
So they did ask for a DNA test.
No, I need to get one. I need to figure this out.
Okay.
If this is real. So I'm trying to like figure out how I'm gonna get.
How you get a DNA test from in prison, though?
Oh, because I took the paper, right, the notebook paper, and I chewed it up, right, got my saliva on it, and I put it in the envelope and I mailed it out,
Okay.
right? And they were able to get it off the paper. I'm
Got
just
you.
playing.
Oh, no, so that didn't happen.
Nah.
Oh, okay, got you. So yeah, how did they pull that procedure?
So I had to get my mom. I was like, they could do it through the grandparent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, so the grandparent, my mom went and met the individual, and from what I know, she was like, "Oh, come here, baby, I love you."
Oh, so she just took to him like that?
Yeah, she's like, it don't matter. Yeah, I think you're his.
It's good enough. Yeah, forget the test. So they,
Yeah.
so your mother meets with the son, and they get a DNA test.
Yeah.
How long? Like, what's the process with the test? How long does that take?
You know, I'm still incarcerated. I'm still in the SHU. And they're doing all this. So 90 days have passed, and I think I'm getting out at this point. And so I'm on the phone trying to figure it out. And I got some legal mail. The results came in the legal mail. And then what?
Yeah, and then what?
It says that the kid's mine. You are the father.
Yo,
Yeah.
so you telling me?
This kid is like not even 21 at that time, 2021. So I'm like, yo, I need to speak to him or whatever. So I think we started talking on the phone.
Oh, so you got to talk to the kid.
Yeah, I finally got to speak to
So
him.
so did you speak to him before you confirmed the DNA, or did you? Oh, you waited.
Yeah,
you
wait.
held tight.
Just to confirm. Like,
Yeah, because that would be really weird. Like you can't just be like, "Hey,
Hey,
Dad."
hey,
Yeah, you
dude.
can't do that.
Hey.
Yeah, that's weird.
So yeah, that was confirmed. We spoke on the phone, and I was just like, hey, you want to come up here, come see me, da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, how you do it? I said, you got to get on the visitation list. So the kid was pretty smart. So he went on the bureau's site, mailed in all the proper documents, and then next thing you know, I think he came with Shireen, winds up picking him up from the airport or whatnot. I don't even know if he ever been on a plane.
Right.
I think it was his first plane ride. And then, man, when he came into visitation, I was
Okay, so you this is the day you about to meet this guy that you just first off pop out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
You just confirmed we got a DNA
But
test.
remember, I'm telling you, I always got smacked in the head with the premonition that there
Something
was,
could be there.
Yeah. God used to tell me all the time, son, you got a kid out here. But I'm like,
That's bogus.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Yeah. So, with that understanding, it's the first day you about to meet him in the flesh. What in the world is going through your mind?
Well,
Are you still skeptical? Because at the time, it's still like, I kind of like, this is wild. Like, this is a prank. Like,
now I'm just rolling with it, man. I needed some excitement.
true. Yeah, I can see
I'm
that,
in
yeah.
jail. I got it. Like,
Might as well spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, now
Shit.
it's like, man, okay, you know. And the guy comes to the visit, man. And when I seen him, I was just in awe, man. For real. I broke down crying again. I gave him a hug. I was just like,
So you've seen it, like, as soon as you've seen it.
yeah, man. I did. I was like, whoa, this is something else. This was, dude. Yeah, it was definitely a shift. I was like, shit.
You got a lot of explaining to do.
Or maybe he does. I don't know. Somebody's got to tell me something here because this is weird. You know what I'm saying?
So you're telling me, so you see him and you're crying.
Yeah.
Is he emotional as well?
He didn't break down crying. Like, I think he was maybe a little emotional, but he was holding it together. I don't know what he was going through, but I'm sure he was definitely, there was a lot of
things going on.
a lot of
right
things going on, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you see this kid, you talk to this kid, you see him. Do y'all still speak to this day? What's the communication like all the way up to this point?
Oh yeah, we're locked in.
You're locked in.
Oh yeah, me and him is locked in.
Because we don't
for
see
sure.
this guy anywhere. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, we're locked in, like two peas in a pod.
So
it was
y'all-
cool though, because like when I came home, I actually we build the bond, you know, right? So we're doing all that stuff, talking on the phone every day, whatnot. Sometimes there's a disconnect. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's just because life goes. But I mean, we're locked in. We're pretty locked in, man.
So you can call this man right now.
Oh yeah, right now. Well,
He'll
yeah.
pull up on you.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
cool.
sure.
So with all of that going on, it's a lot of moving pieces. When's the last time you spoke to this person?
Well, I mean, you really want to know?
Yeah, no, like for real. That's
I'm speaking to him right now.
what you mean?
I'm speaking. You're the guy.
Oh, what you mean?
You're the guy. Yeah.
Wasn't nobody gonna tell me I'm interviewing my father today?
Man.
Y'all wasn't gonna say nothing? What you mean? Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah.
That's how it's done. You're speaking to him right now.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for reaching out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It had to be done.
Definitely.
It's been a hell of a process, right? A hell of a process.
Crazy process.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot on your plate. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions, and we have a lot of answers for you. So, you guys stay tuned, and until next time, y'all stay up. Y'all be great.